Hello students, I hope you are fine. So today we will continue with the previous chapter, that is fundamental unit of life. I hope you have understood whatever we have discussed so far. And students, whenever you have class or whenever you watch video, so please refer your NCERT books also. Okay. Now please open page number 59 and refer section 5.2. What is cell made up of? What is the structural organization of the cell? We discussed yesterday that the cell, it contains components also. This or small structures are present inside the cells, which are called as cell organelles. Now there are some basic organelles which is present in all type of cells. So the three basic organelles which are present in all type of cells or which are present in cells of different living organisms are plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Now see this picture. Suppose if this is cell, so this outermost layer is cell membrane, which is also called as plasma membrane. This is cytoplasm and this is nucleus. Now we will study about these three cell organelles one by one. First is cell membrane or plasma membrane. Refer section 5.2.1. 5.2.1. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. So I will just give you the short summary of whatever is written in the book about that. So here it is written in first paragraph that this cell membrane, this is the outermost membrane, it separates cell from the outer environment. And this cell membrane, it has pores in it. So this cell, fine pores, so this cell membrane, it allows certain substances to enter the cell and certain substances to leave the cell. It doesn't allow all the substances to enter or leave the cell. So therefore it is called as selectively permeable membrane. I hope it is clear to you. And this is the cell. Suppose I have not shown other organelles here. So this outermost is the cell membrane. This is the nucleus, and between nucleus and cell membrane is present a semi-fluid substance which is called as cytoplasm. And other cell organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, Golgi apparatus, they all are present in this cytoplasm. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now plasma membrane is selectively permeable membrane, means it allows certain substances to enter or leave the cell. How? By the process of diffusion. What is diffusion? What do you understand by diffusion? Diffusion, please see your book, page number 59. Just see this portion. Diffusion, this is the spontaneous movement of the substance from the region of higher concentration to the region where the concentration is low. This all we have discussed in class 9 also. Just I will like to revise with you. Now suppose this is some container or a beaker and this is water. Now we'll add, let us add 1 drop of ink, blue color ink. So when we add or when you add 1 drop of ink, what happens? Do you find that suddenly whole of the water it changes to blue color? No. Slowly the water changes to blue color. Now when we add or when we put ink in water, so ink, it will come, let us say this ink is, suppose this is ink. Okay, now ink is a matter, liquid form of matter. It consists of particles. Now in this portion the ink is more, the particles of ink is more. So you can say here the amount of ink is more, or there is a higher concentration of ink here compared to other parts of water. Now this ink is made up of particles, and you know that particles of matter, they are continuously moving. So these particles of ink, it moves to the region where the amount of ink is less. until it is uniformly distributed, or like this. So until it is distributed uniformly. So this is called as diffusion. So what is diffusion? It is the movement of substance from the region of higher concentration to the region, from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration till it becomes equal. That is called as diffusion. Now students, another thing I would like to explain you, that is, here it is given in this paragraph, okay, from something, that is, now this diffusion takes place in different cells of our body also. For example, suppose these are the body cells, suppose these are the cells, and suppose this is the blood vessel, and in this blood vessel, or this is the capillary, here blood is flowing, and blood also contains, or blood also has cells. Let us say this is red blood cells, because red blood cells can transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. So this is a capillary. It is it has very thin wall. This you will study in class 10. Now what happens? I told you before that food, from the digested food, it reaches the cell. Okay, the digested food, it reaches cell. And what is that digested food? It's a carbohydrate, that is C6H12O6. Now when this combines with oxygen, what is produced? Energy plus carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is produced where? It is produced inside the cell. And this carbon dioxide, that is highly toxic. It needs to be removed or eliminated from the cell. This is red blood cell. Now here in this cell, respiration is taken place. I explained to you last year also. This is called as cellular respiration. Oxidation of food. This is food. This is a simple food. It combines with oxygen and to liberate energy and carbon dioxide. So oxidation of food in the cell to give energy and carbon dioxide is called as respiration, and it takes place in the cell, so it's called as cellular respiration. Now because of this respiration, here carbon dioxide is produced, and this carbon dioxide is more in this body cell compared to red blood cell of the blood. So what will happen? Diffusion will take place. Carbon dioxide from this body cell, it will move through the membrane to the RBCs. Okay, here. Understood? Now same way, this RBC, it has oxygen, and oxygen is more as compared to the body cell. So this oxygen has higher concentration in this RBCs. So oxygen from this RBCs, it moves to the body cell. Okay, and already here in the body cell, glucose is present, that simple food is present. Oxygen reaches here in the cell, so oxidation of food takes place, and energy and carbon dioxide is formed. I hope you have understood this thing. Now students, water also obeys laws of diffusion. The movement of water from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration is called as osmosis. Very, very important. What is osmosis? Don't get confused. Osmosis is the movement of water from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration through plasma membrane. Please underline this here, given here on page 60. Osmosis is the passage of water from the region of higher water concentration through selectively permeable membrane to the region of lower water concentration till equilibrium is reached. I hope it is clear. Now students, what will happen if we put an animal cell or a plant cell into the solution of sugar or salt in water. Now any one among three things can happen. I will explain you that. Now suppose this is a vessel and here this is salt solution. Let us say this is salt solution. Understood? Now in this salt solution, the amount of salt is less. Amount of salt is less and water is more. Now when we will put this plant or animal cell here in this salt solution, what will happen? Here salt is less but water is more. Water is more as compared to the cell, or this is a dilute solution. So what will happen? Here the concentration of water is more. So water from this vessel, okay, or water from here, this is called as outside environment of the cell. So water from here will move inside the cell through plasma membrane. And this solution is called as what is this solution called? It is called as hypotonic solution. Understood? Hypotonic solution. So solution which is dilute. Now students, the water from outside will enter into the cell, but actually the water from cell also moves out through the plasma membrane, and the water from outside also moves inside the cell, but the rate of movement of water from outside environment to the cell is more as compared to the other. So thereby there is a net movement of water from outside to the cell. Understood or no? I hope everyone has understood this thing. Now suppose, let us take another example. Again this is salt solution, and again here we will place animal or a plant cell. Now this salt solution, here salt is more compared to water. So what will happen? If salt is more, water is less, so it's concentrated solution. So here the amount of water is less compared to that of cell. So water from the cell, it will move out. Water from outside will also move inside the cell, and water from the cell will also move outside. But the amount of water moving from the cell to the environment is more. So thereby net there will be a movement of water from the cell to the outside environment. And this solution is called as hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution. I hope it is clear to everyone. So students, we will do till here. So students, please revise page number 59 and page number 60. On page number 60, just revise first and second point. This is first and second point. This one. Try to understand it, and if you have any doubt, you can clarify it in the clarification round. So rest we will do in next class. Thank you students.